Friends, welcome to Eat East Indian channel, and today we are making not one, not two, but 6 amazing Indian appetizers, Indian dishes that you can serve your guests this holiday season, starting with these crispy pakoras. So in a bowl, prep your veggies. I am using cauliflower, potatoes and spinach. You can also use mushrooms, zucchini, bell peppers or any other vegetable that you like eggplant perhaps. Then add in some salt, should be as per your taste depending on the quantity you are cooking. I will leave all these recipe details in the description below. Some black pepper powder goes in. Next we are adding some ajwain, that's garam seeds. Helps in digestion. For a little bit of a heat, some paprika or maybe chili powder, depending on how spicy you want your pakoras to be. You can also use green chilies in the dish. Adding some garam masala, blend of cumin and coriander seeds, and next dried fenugreek leaves. Just crush them and add them in. Mix these really well, these spices with the veggies, and then let everything stand for about 10-15 minutes so that the veggies can ooze out some water. This way they will be crispy. Otherwise, sometimes we will squeeze the water out of these veggies if they are a little thinner, if you are shredding them, like say carrots or something that you're using. But once they have been standing for a few minutes, we add in our chickpea flour. Water is oozing out a little bit, so we don't have to add as much water, so the pakoras stay a little crispy. Other trick to make the pakoras crispy is, along with chickpea flour, you can also use rice flour. Alright, so pakoras are well blended, but we need a little bit more water, so we'll add in a little bit water so that everything comes together smoothly. And then that will make frying the pakoras a little easy. Now if you want some tanginess, you can also add in some tomato ketchup. You can also add some chili sauce if you want a little bit more heat. Alright, so 2 to 4 tablespoons of tomato ketchup is being added in. And that's pretty much our batter. Once the batter has mixed well, then heat some oil and fry these pakoras in small batches. So lemon size shape. They are frying, and we'll let them fry for 2 to 3 minutes until they're golden brown. The heat should not be too high, otherwise they'll cook from outside, will remain undercooked inside. Should not be too low, otherwise they'll soak in excess oil. Once they start changing color, you know they're cooking. First batch usually takes a little longer. The subsequent ones will cook a little faster. Alright, our delicious tasty pakoras are ready. Put them on a paper towel to soak in excess water, and then when you're ready to eat, dip them in chutney of your choice and enjoy. Now if pakoras are a little too fried for you, something healthy, corn and beans salad. It's nice to have some refreshing options along with deep fried food if you're expecting guests. So I have here some boiled beans. I just boil them in my pressure cooker along with some taco seasonings for that nice Mexican flavor. So when you're boiling your beans, add a pinch of taco seasoning depending on the quantity you are cooking. Discard the excess water, and in these boiled beans add in chopped onions, chopped cucumbers, chopped bell peppers, or any of the raw vegetables that you like. I don't add tomatoes in this dish, otherwise everything becomes very soggy. And also with cucumbers, be careful. Cucumber has tendency to ooze out water, so don't add cucumbers if you're going to prepare this in advance. Fresh, no problem. Some corn has gone in, some chopped cilantro leaves for those Mexican flavors. Corn, cilantro work really well with the beans. Once we've mixed everything well, then we will season it. I'm using some chipotle sea salt, but any kind of rock salt works really well for that nice flavor. Some salt as per your taste. If you like some heat, you can also add in chopped green chilies. Some black pepper. There we go, everything is getting added on to bring everything together. Black pepper is going in. To bring everything together, I'm adding some lemon juice. So squeeze in juice of lemon. Be careful that the seeds don't fall in. So you don't have to make it heavy with cream or any such dressing. Lemon works absolutely well, and that's it. And that's our refreshing corn and bean salad, something healthy to put on your holiday table. Let's make something sweet now. So our next dish is shakarpara or shankarpali. These are crispy sweet donut bites. They freeze really well. You can also put them in the fridge in an airtight container. So for this dish we are using flour. This is all-purpose flour. You can also use whole wheat flour to make it a little healthy. Adding oil. So 2 cups of plain all-purpose flour and half a cup of vegetable oil. We are mixing it together so that the flour becomes a little bit not crispy, but you know, like this kind of formation that it's crumbly. You can also do this with desi ghee, that's clarified butter, but oil works just as well. Now while this is happening, we will also start boiling some water. We are going to make a sugar syrup, chashni as we call it. So in hot boiling water, we are adding 1 cup of sugar. Again, recipe details in the description below, also on our website, E.T. Stint and my friends. So basically melting sugar in water and then adding this warm water into our flour mixture, that crumbled flour that we had. Add this sugar mixture slowly so that you form a smooth batter, smooth dough. So slowly mixing everything together. Because of oil, because of the sugar syrup, everything will come together beautifully. So with patience, mixing things, forming a dough. Once the dough is formed, we'll form a flat pie. Alright, dough has come together beautifully. Now simply flatten this out and then we'll cut it into small bites and fry them. Once you've made the dough, you can also save it for later. So if you are thinking of making some fresh shakarpara when the friends come over, have the dough ready. And when the friends come, simply fry it and serve. Alright, so slowly smoothing it out, cutting it in diamond shapes or square shapes. And then in our hot oil, we'll add them in and fry them until they get nice crispy brown. There we go. Once again, process is easy. Long cuts, horizontal and vertical, and that's it. Small crispy bites are ready. Frying them in few different batches in a wok filled with oil. And once they are nice and brown, consider them done. So first batch usually takes a little longer. Subsequent ones will cook a little faster. Again, something to have in your pantry, in your kitchen for when guests come over, and they taste fantastic with a cup of tea or coffee. Very comforting actually. You can sprinkle some sugar on top as well, but they are just perfect taste wise. You don't want them overly sweet either. Let them cool down and then store them. So that's shankarpali or shakarpara for you, my friends. Moving on. Let's make something savory again. Now we are talking about dahi vada, which is a fried lentil dumplings. And for this dish, you will need to soak your lentils in water overnight, then discard the water and we'll grind this soaked lentils. I have here yellow lentils and some chana dal, that's chickpea lentils. And we've put them in the grinder. We'll add a little bit of water to form a thick dough. Not thick dough, but a thick batter, because we want to be able to pick small portion and put it in hot oil to fry it. So when I'm deep frying some appetizers, I normally have everything prepped and I deep fry in the same batch of oil, because once you've deep fried something, then you'll have to discard that oil. So here you can see how thick our lentil batter is. Now we are adding some asafoetida, which is hing, which is really good for digestion. So whenever you're working with lentils, a little bit of a hing is really good to use. So adding some hing. Along with that, we will add in some coconut for the delicious exotic dumpling flavor that is associated with dal vadas. Some chopped onions. And good thing about these vadas is that you can enjoy them with a chutney, or you can put them in some sort of soup and enjoy them as well. Some chopped cilantro, and this is vegan. How wonderful is that? Adding some ginger. Mixing all these ingredients well. Now these ingredients are mixed well together. Now we will add in our spices, adding a little bit more flavor. So I think everything that we've made so far is actually vegan. How amazing is that? Some vegan appetizers, but equally delicious. Alright, so they are mixed really well, all the ingredients, and you can see the consistency of the batter. Slightly thicker than a pancake batter. Now adding some more flavor. Salt should be as per your taste depending on the quantity you are cooking. For some heat you can use chili powder or black pepper or paprika. You can also add in some chopped green chilies in this mixture. I'm skipping it because the kids don't like it. Dried curry leaves. So when I make a batch of dumplings, I want to make a big batch because again it freezes really well. And then I can reheat it and eat it on its own as a snack, or add it in yogurt for dahi vada, or add it in a lentil curry. So dried roasted cumin seed are also going in the batter. Again, helps with digestion, lend a nice taste to our dumplings. And you can customize this to your own taste. Alright, batter is ready. Now simply scoop a small portion, spoon size, fry it in some hot oil. And that's it. The process is quite simple. It takes some time to soak in and then grind. But again, you can make a big batch, serve it to your guests. It works really well as a finger food. You can take it for your potlucks. Store it in your fridge, in your freezer, and when you're in a rush, take them out and enjoy them. So I hope you like this dish, guys. Give it a try in your own kitchen, and let's move on to the next one. Now we are talking about something really simple, not deep fried, but certainly wonderful to enjoy with tea or coffee. This is bhel. This is a rice salad for which we are using dried puffed rice. We get this pack from Indian grocery stores, but you can maybe order it online or visit your local ethnic store and find this puffed rice. And then simply heat some oil in a pan, like 2 tablespoons, and in this hot oil we will add in soaked chana dal, so yellow split lentils, chickpea lentils. They were soaking in water for 10 minutes. Now I'm adding it in the oil along with some mustard seeds. Mustard seeds lend beautiful flavor to this dish. Then some unroasted plain peanuts for that crunch, peanut flavor, some salt. This is almost like a tadka, a tempering that will go along with the puffed rice. Curry leaves, dried. If you can get some fresh ones, they work really well too. All these flavors go really well together. We are adding some turmeric, that's haldi, for that beautiful yellow color. Mixing all these ingredients together. So I've been cooking up storm in my kitchen, getting ready for holiday guests, our extended family coming over. Kids are excited to see all their uncles, aunts, hanging out with grandparents. So I want to have lots of snacks ready. Everything is sizzling well together. After a few minutes, adding in our rice, puffed rice. Mix them well. And this is something that tastes good fresh. But again, once it has cooled down, you can store it in an airtight container, and it's nice to have some handy snacks. So mixing everything well together. After a few minutes, once everything has dried roasted, Then we will add in some chaat masala on top. This is kala namak powder. That works really well too. This is almost like a pink salt. So be careful about how much you add because it can be really powerful. Some black pepper, some chaat masala. These flavors work well in this savory dish. Then mixing them. Now this mixture can be stored, but as soon as we add in our fresh ingredients like onions, tomatoes, then you have to eat it right away. So you can have your fried rice ready and then just add in when the guests come over onions, tomatoes, some green onions, cilantro, green chilies, put a squeeze of lemon on top, and your delicious tea time snack is ready. Look at the colors, they are beautiful, yellow, red, green. And this is inspired from Indian street food. Different versions of bhel can be enjoyed on streets of India, but this is a much healthier version. You know, it's safe, it's quality, you know what's going in your food, crunch, some lightness from puffed rice, some flavor from chickpea lentils, peanuts. Hope you like this recipe, guys. Give it a try in your own kitchen, and let's move on to the next recipe, which is semia or semia upma. Last but not least, this semia upma is also a good dish to have when the guests come over or as a quick snack when the hunger strikes. So I'm using this vermicelli. This is semia. You can make biryani out of it. This is made out of suji, that is cream of wheat. So thin, long strands of noodles. They cook really fast. So be careful. Heat some water in a boiling pan, add them, and we'll cook them. This is how they look. Some of the ingredients, standard Indian spices that you might have in your pantry already. So cumin seeds, some mustard seeds. We'll also add in some salt, chili powder, turmeric, chopped onions, and you can adjust the quantities depending on how spicy you want your dish to be. Chopped onions, crushed peanuts, and I really like having some chopped cashews on top. So upma and cashews go hand in hand together, and dried curry leaves. Some peas if you want to add some color to your dish. Ginger, good for digestion. Asafoetida hing that we just used in one of the other dishes. And if you have some carrots on hand, carrots are usually common during winter season. You can also slice them or have them julienned, add them as well. And of course, for some tanginess, we use lemon juice a lot. So juice of lemon is really good. So as per package instructions, in a hot boiling water, we are adding noodles, and while they are cooking, we can get everything prepped together. Just keep an eye on the noodles because they get soggy really quick. So you don't want them to become clumped together. As soon as they're done, take them off from the heat and drain the water. Now here in the pan, in hot oil, I'm adding some asafoetida hing so that things get digested properly. Adding our peanuts, roasting them. So raw peanuts work really well. If they are already cooked peanuts, you can just crush them and add them on top along with the cashews. So for some crunch in the dish, mustard seeds, let them sizzle so that their flavor can be released in the oil. Add in cumin seeds, not too much, just a little bit. You can see the sizzle, which means oil was hot, pan was ready, spices are cooking. Letting onions fry for a few minutes, then adding ginger. Adding in our carrots and peas. Peas were frozen. If you have fresh peas, they might take a little bit longer. These ones cook really fast. Once all these ingredients are mixed well together, then we will add in salt. Should be as per your taste. Salt also helps us in cooking process. The beautiful color with turmeric, some heat with chili powder. You can also use green chilies if you like, curry leaves. Again, it's hard for me to find fresh curry leaves where I live, so dried curry leaves work well for me. Now, noodles are done. I'm going to discard this water and we will add in noodles into our masala along with the veggies. And that's about it. This is quick, this is simple. Mixing these ingredients together. So see how different this is from a regular stir fry. We call this upma. So it's Semiya upma. And it's a wonderful snack. I grew up eating this as an after school meal. It digests well and it has great flavor. Some peanuts and cashews on top, lemon juice for tanginess and to bring all these flavors together. And that's it. Your delicious dish is ready. Please give it a try in your own kitchen. I hope you like these recipe ideas and enjoy these recipes this holiday season. Make it for your friends and family. And keep watching Eat East Indian channel. I will see you again with another exciting video recipes. So stay tuned.